What's up everyone, it has been a bit, but I am back with a brand new not so technical tech review of a pretty exciting piece of audio equipment that I recently picked up. This here is called the Picogear Dual Mic Wireless System. Is this the best run and gun audio setup that you've been looking for? Let's find out. Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in for this review. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to subscribe. That way you can keep up to date with all my latest reviews and videos. Now, if you're familiar with my tech reviews, you know that I don't plan on diving too deep into the technical aspects or terminology that can confuse the everyday user. If that's the type of information you're looking for, there are other videos online where you can get that information. Today, I'm here to go over my personal pros and cons of this Picogear dual mic wireless setup that I found from my experience. This wireless microphone setup is extremely simple to use, and it can allow you to get audio from up to 300 feet away, which in most cases is crazy good. But there is so much more to it than just that. So let's get into it. The Picomic Wireless comes with a wireless audio receiver, TRS and TRRS connector cables, cold shoe mount, hard shell carrying case, and the best part, 2 wireless microphones. And these aren't your classic belt loop pack wireless lavalier intrusive setup systems that you're used to. No, these microphones are literally the same size as a AA battery. They're the same length as my Apple AirPods case and half the width, which is awesome. Now obviously coming in at that size, there are going to be some cons when it comes to the quality of the audio. We'll get to that in a bit. Now setup for the Pico mic is even easier than you would think. Turn on the power on the receiver, which by the way is smaller than my iPhone 10. Pull the microphones out of the magnetic dock, which is all part of the receiver unit, and it'll automatically sync to the receiver and it's ready to go. That's literally all it takes to start using it. Like for real, that's it. Now, as you saw earlier, the microphones stay docked in the receiver unit thanks to a couple of magnets in the base. And when you charge the receiver, it'll simultaneously charge the microphones as well. This is crazy convenient, and it cuts down on how many cords and wires you have to bring with you to keep this thing charged. Now, speaking of charging, you're not going to have to do a lot of it because the system is rated at 20 hours of use. And that's just plain incredible. Not to mention that from completely empty, it only takes 2 hours to fully charge the receiver and the microphones. Just another great feature of this setup. Now let's take a quick look at the receiver menu itself. The Pico mic has a great little LCD monitor that will allow you to make adjustments on the fly while you're shooting. It has a power button, up and down scroll buttons, a select button, and a back button. So you power the unit on and you'll get the status of the microphones and battery life. You'll see that mic 1, which is colored in blue on the screen, is currently in use by me. So the audio you're hearing throughout this whole video is coming from this system, just to give you an idea of how it all sounds. So for mic 1, you can see the VU meter for my audio levels, the battery life indicator, and also the Wi-Fi signal, which is showing you that it's connected to the receiver. If I press the up and down arrows and I select my microphone with the select button, that will bring up a few other options for me. I can adjust the gain, turn the noise reduction on or off, and even mute the mic entirely. Now let's go back to the home screen, and you can see that when I take out mic 2, which is colored in red on the screen, it'll connect instantly and be ready for use right away. It really is that easy. Also, there's a headphone jack on the unit as well, so you can monitor the audio straight from the receiver. So of course the important part, how does it actually work in the field? To give you an idea, here are some sample audio clips from some weddings that I recently filmed.
This occasion not only marks the beginning of their marriage, but it is also a commemoration of the love nurtured and shared between these two.
And very few occasions top what is happening here right now. And so, I'm so glad I'm here. This is a festive and joyful occasion.
Now the key thing to keep in mind here is this microphone setup isn't for everyone or for every need. There was a couple of particular reasons why I wanted to get this audio setup. One in particular was for segments like this. I don't have to set up a boom mic anywhere nearby, and I just have it clipped right to my shirt, and it makes it really simple and easy. Now, I do stress that by no means am I an audio guru of any sort, and I'm not as concerned about the actual quality of the audio as much as it is getting a clean audio feed to you when I do a segment like this. For most of the scenarios I'm in, I literally just need to make sure I get a clean audio feed, try to minimize the room echo and noise, and I'm good to go. Now the second reason I got this, as you saw in the earlier clips, is for wedding and event videography. It's always nice to get spoken audio in wedding films, especially when it comes to things like vows or the officiant speaking and things like that. I don't have to worry about setting up an audio pack on the bride or the groom, getting all up in their business, trying to get in their way when they have 100 other things to think about during a wedding. All I gotta do is find this little AA sized wireless microphone, clip it to them, and I'm good to go. Also, with the amazing battery they have in this system, I don't have to worry about the batteries dying during the entirety of a shoot for an event like that. And that kind of peace of mind is huge when you're filming weddings. Another great feature of this dual mic setup is that you can record on 2 separate channels, both left and right. So that makes editing and post a lot easier when you're trying to mix the audio. Now, as for cons when it comes to this mic setup, there's only a couple that I can really think of. One would be wind noise. There's not a designed wind muff for this microphone yet. I have seen some people online that have made their own wind muffs to block out the wind noise on this microphone system, but right now Picogear doesn't have one. I did hear that they're planning on creating one for this, so keep an eye out for that. And the only other con I can really think of is the blinking light on the microphone. There is a little blue and red light on each microphone to tell you mic 1 and mic 2, and it'll blink intermittently, and if you aren't wearing the right type of clothing, it could show through, and it may end up in your video, but nothing that I think would really destroy your footage or make it unusable. Again, I'm no audio buff, and one con you're gonna hear about this microphone system is the actual quality of the audio, which for my personal uses, I have no issue with. People are going to say that the Rode Wireless Go system is gonna sound better and things like that, but again, for what I do and my personal uses, this microphone has been perfect so far. Most clients who watch your videos are only gonna be concerned with one thing, that you can hear them, and that's it. Obviously, when it comes to doing commercial or corporate videos, things like that, this isn't going to be your first mic of choice. But when it comes to doing things like weddings and events and having a good, quick run and gun setup that you can clip right to the subject and get clean audio, this is definitely the way to go. So after all is said and done, do I recommend this microphone system? Absolutely, especially if you do wedding and event videography. Having something this small, non-intrusive, great battery life, and being able to pick up audio from over 300 feet away, I mean, it's just a no-brainer in my opinion. Now, currently the system will run you $450 on the Picogear website, but keep in mind it is back-ordered right now because it is super popular. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions about this wireless microphone system, please leave them in the comments below. If it's a really technical question, I would recommend going to the Picogear website to get that information. I can leave the link in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys found this video helpful, please hit that like button. And again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.